Hi there, I'm Matt Keene. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want, the visionary evaluation series where I sit around in parks in Arlington, Virginia and read a page of this book at a time and make a little video about it. It's phenomenal. Oh gosh. So today I read, this book has a United States focus given our deep knowledge of this community, and I read, we view the United States as an integral part of the world whose actions, cultures, and perspectives affect the world, and vice versa. Critical that interdependence there. Now, this United States or American focus gets my attention, just as this little one is getting my attention with a poke. What's up?
Do you see a bird nest?
Well, of course I do. That's what's that bird doing up there?
I don't think there's any birds in it yet, but there might be some eggs.
There could be some eggs.
And there's
Don't let them fall on your head. Okay, see ya. So, I'm going to tell this story real quickly here because it spans many decades, in fact centuries and thousands of years, but I think it's worth just a moment to present this notion of an American perspective, a United States perspective for this book. And what that might mean, how to take that forward through the rest of this book. And I'm going to get some of the story wrong, but I know I'll be corrected because this is the kind of family that corrects people when they're wrong. My wife's mother is from Chiusa Scalafani, and her father from Castellamare del Golfo. Her father was a shepherd when he left Sicily when he was a teenager and had, I believe, had to drop out of school in order to do that with his father. He didn't like it much because he had to sleep on the ground every night. Understandable. Mother also left school at a young age, and they both came to Manhattan on the ships, the Julius Caesar and the Sauterna. Now, according to the DNA tests, that family has been there, Sicily, thousands of years. There's some, peripheries of the Eastern Mediterranean, Levant, Northern Africa, like Egyptian mixed in, but Sicily. 50% of my daughter's blood, Sicilian. So we've spent some time in those places because I want to know something of this place, whatever you can know for a month, a few months being there. But I love it. I'd go back in a second. Hello to everyone if you ever happen to see this note. They came to Manhattan. Both eventually got their GED, finished their degrees. Dad passed the civil service exam and delivered mail on foot in Queens for 35 years. Mom worked in the garment district for a long time, and then they began having children, and they moved from Manhattan to Queens, Western Long Island, and bought a small house there, rented the top floor, rented the bottom floor for 25 years to pay the mortgage, enormous savings. Mom showed up to the grocery store with a huge canister of coupons, and most of the time at the grocery store was spent matching the coupons to the food on the conveyor belt, saving pennies, making pennies, however you want to talk about it. They sent 4 of their 4 children to university in the United States. One of them went to an Ivy League school, and I believe all of them have graduate degrees. Mom and Dad retired from the Postal Service after those 30-some years, sold their house in Long Island, which must have appreciated some amount over 30 years, and they retired to Arizona, where the climate is very similar to what I experienced in much of Sicily, and they grow all the things that they saw growing when her father was sleeping on the hillsides with the figs and citrus trees and all that in the pomegranates on the hillsides of Sicily. So, and olive trees everywhere. So, same climate. Now, for me, this was the American dream. I had never known anyone who had experienced this type of American dream. My family arrived in the United States in the Chesapeake Bay in 1650. There's still a bunch of those people around over there. Maybe that's another form of the American dream as well. what I am struck by is the notion of uh, the death of the American dream. Is there a such thing as the American dream? You often hear that it's not possible any longer, that there is no such thing as the American dream. I'm not sure that I, or perhaps anyone, is qualified to say in an absolute way whether or not that is true or whether it ever was true. My question would be, is what's the difference between a dream and a vision? Must you first have a dream in order to then have a vision? Is one of them more associated with a consciousness or a waking activity? Visioning, in my view, would be more of something that, while waking, while seeing, a consciousness applied to seeing what it is that we want to have happen. I'm curious to find out what the relationship between the dreams and vision is. What is a vision of a future we want for this country? Does a dream get us a little bit closer to that reality, that ability to vision that reality? This is what I'm curious about. This is what I'm going to carry forward in the rest of the reading of this book. I'm Matt Keene. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want. Visionary Evaluation Series. What is your vision?